If you found this channel, you might be going through something that few people can even imagine. Benzodiazepine withdrawal can feel like the end of everything you knew. I know, because I've been there. And if you're in that space now, this space is for you. This isn't therapy. It isn't medical advice. What I share here is lived experience, research, and the truth that most people, even doctors, don't talk about. When you feel like you're losing yourself, when the waves hit hardest, you need more than a textbook. You need a voice that understands. And that's what this channel is, a place to hold on and to remember that healing is happening, even if it feels impossible. Welcome to Through the Waves. Let's begin. Welcome back. If you're here listening to this, it means you've made it through something extraordinary. Something most people will never truly understand. Whether you're just beginning to stabilize or still moving through the rough edges of recovery, you've come a long way. Before we go any further, I want to take a moment to acknowledge those of you who are still struggling in deeper, longer stages of withdrawal. I see you. I know that what you're facing can feel endless and unreal at times. No matter where you are in this journey, whether you're still deep in it or slowly finding your way out, this episode is for you. Because the moment you survive, even barely, you've already begun the next phase, rebuilding purpose. When you've lived in survival mode for months, sometimes years, the transition into recovery feels strange, almost disorienting. You've been fighting for every breath, every heartbeat, every minute of sleep. You've had to focus all your energy on just getting through the day. Then suddenly, there's a little more space. The waves still come, but maybe they're not as violent. The body starts to give small signs of repair, a calmer night, a clearer morning, a flicker of joy you didn't think you could feel again. And that's where something subtle begins to shift. You're no longer just surviving, you're learning how to live again. But living after withdrawal doesn't mean returning to who you were. It means learning to exist in a new, more cautious way. One built on patience, truth, and gratitude for things most people overlook. Withdrawal has a way of erasing everything you thought defined you. Your routines disappear. Your confidence, your relationships, even your personality can feel stripped away. I remember reaching a point where I didn't recognize myself at all. Years of high-dose clomazepam had left my nervous system shredded. When the fog began to lift, I didn't just have to rebuild my health. I had to rebuild my identity. And maybe you're feeling that too. That sense of starting from zero. But that blank slate can also be something sacred. It's a place where honesty grows. You begin to ask, what truly matters to me now? Maybe you're not sure yet, and that's okay. Discovery takes time. What's important is that you're here, that you've survived enough to even ask the question. One of the hardest parts of healing is learning to trust again. Trust in your body, your mind, and even in life itself. After so many months of pain and confusion, every new sensation can trigger fear. You might find yourself questioning everything. Am I safe? Is this real? Is this progress? Or another setback? But over time, trust begins to rebuild itself in small, quiet ways. You notice moments, a deeper breath, a walk that feels grounding. Those moments matter. They're your nervous system remembering safety. They're proof that healing isn't just possible. It's happening. Slowly, yes, but surely. When people come out of withdrawal, their perspective often changes completely. Things that once felt important, money, image, external success, start to feel almost meaningless compared to the miracle of being alive. You realize that simple things, being able to eat without shaking, stepping into the sunlight, feeling the ground beneath your feet, these are profound victories. Gratitude becomes your new baseline. And from that gratitude, purpose begins to grow. Maybe it's helping others. Maybe it's expressing what you've learned through art. Or maybe it's just living quietly, but authentically. Whatever it is, it doesn't need to be loud or dramatic. Healing has already stripped away the noise. What remains is something deeper, a sense that your suffering has meaning, and that is shaping you into someone wiser and more compassionate. But meaning doesn't appear all at once. Sometimes it unfolds in layers. It begins as survival, becomes endurance, and eventually transforms into insight. You start to see your pain not only as something that happened to you, but as something that refined you. It stripped away illusions, forced you to face yourself, and made you more real. It's okay if you don't feel that way yet. Meaning doesn't rush. It grows quietly underneath the surface. Waiting for the day when you can look back and say, "That's why I'm still here." If you're still deep in the process, your only job is to keep holding on. But if you're beginning to stabilize, start asking yourself small, gentle questions. What brings me peace? What feels nourishing? What do I want to rebuild? Don't rush it. You've been through something that changes a person on a cellular level. You don't need to go back to who you were. You're becoming someone new. And part of that rebuilding means learning to trust life again, not blindly, but deliberately. Maybe it's reconnecting with nature, noticing the way light filters through the trees. Or realizing that even in the smallest things, a cup of tea, a shared laugh, a breath that comes easily, there's beauty still available to you. Purpose isn't found in grand plans. It's found in the decision to keep showing up, to keep breathing, to keep listening, to keep choosing life. Your story, your scars, your survival, they all mean something. You're part of a greater mosaic of people who have walked through the dark and come out carrying light. And even if you don't feel ready to share that light yet, it's there. Just by being here, you're proof that healing happens. In the next episode, we'll explore what it means to reconnect with the world, with people, and with yourself after everything has changed. We'll talk about rebuilding relationships, rediscovering joy, and learning how to be present in a body and a world that once felt unsafe. You've come this far. That's not small. That's everything. Let's keep going. One breath, one day, one moment at a time.